was a short while after the turn of the 20th century, and St. Louis, Missouri was an old conservative town where most young men quit school at 14 to start working industry jobs. At the time, most men did not stand a chance to become even a minor clerk before the age of 35, and for the most part, people were content with the small dreams offered by the small-town industrial life. But not Henry Giesenbier Jr., the son of a German-born waiter. He himself had to quit school after the 8th grade, but he did not let that get in the way of his education. He read voraciously, and he thought about what he read. Henry, or Hi to his friends, felt that there was a need to change the status quo, to change the way of thinking. And he felt that one way to do this was to organize. Hi, more of a dreamer than an organizer really, found a rather novel way of organizing this movement. On September 22, 1910, he took the dancing clubs, the era's equivalent of today's fraternities, and forged the bigger and better ones into a federation of which he was president. At around the time, a group of civic-minded men were thinking of ways to improve the run-down part of town. Construction of a parkway would help. They organized a speakers bureau. One of the best speakers was a former Shakespearean actor who lost an arm and retired from the stage. The old-timer, now known as Colonel Hughes Morgan, delivered a particularly moving address. In the audience was Henry Giesenbier. After the meeting, the young dreamer approached the old thespian and volunteered the support of the young men in the community. The colonel snapped him up immediately. Using the Federation as a nucleus, Henry set out a call for more young men. And so, on the night of October 13, 1915, 32 young men met in the attic room of the Mission Inn, where Hi's father was the head waiter. So they got the room for nothing. Enthusiasm swept the small room, and they agreed unanimously to form an organization. They chose the name Young Men's Progressive Civic Association. Giesenbier was elected president, and Andy Mungenast as secretary. Civic betterment was the goal of the association, and this meant action. Not discussion, but action. Enthusiasm spread. This was what the young men of St. Louis, without knowing it, had been looking for. Within 6 months, the YMPCA had a membership of 750. Then, Clarence Howard, benevolently termed Daddy by the YMPCA members, the millionaire president of a big steel company and president of the Businessmen's League of St. Louis, stepped in. He gave the group money out of his own pocket. He promoted for them an art museum as their headquarters. Daddy's help further propelled the young organization toward success. Soon, the museum was buzzing with study groups in salesmanship, banking, accounting, and public speaking. Membership was over 1,000, and Howard prevailed upon the YMPCA to change its name to Junior Citizens. After the war, members of Company L came home to find the organization still going strong. John Armbruster, the third member of the early triumvirate of Giesenbier, Mungenast, and Armbruster, has helped keep it going. But there had been one big change. The Businessmen's League of St. Louis had become the St. Louis Chamber of Commerce, and Daddy Howard, still its president, had wanted the Junior Citizens to change their name again. Out of this came a new name, the Junior Chamber of Commerce. Giesenbier had dreamed of making the Junior Chamber a national organization. He sent letters to other cities calling for an organizational caucus. Representatives of 29 cities appeared. In his keynote speech, Giesenbier set forth at length his proposal for a national organization of young men.
My fellow delegates, may I say that in your hands lies the destiny of a great organization. Let us build it to national recognition. Let us organize it for the interest of young men for a greater America. Let us not fail in this task.
The first convention was held in June 17 to 19, 1920 in St. Louis. Henry Giesenbier was elected the first president of this national organization, and the United States Junior Chamber of Commerce was born. World War II brought a great desire for hemisphere solidarity to the New World. An Inter-American Congress was held in Mexico City, and there, on December 11, 1944, Junior Chamber International was officially born, with Raul Garcia Vidal of Mexico elected as JCI's first world president. After the organization meeting, the first real JCI World Congress was held in Panama City in February 1946, after World War II had come to a close. There probably has been no Congress like it since, for the delegates of the host city picked up the tab for everything. JCI grew slowly over the next few years. In 1947, the seeds of the JCI movement in Asia were planted in December of 1947 when 16 Filipinos, led by Artemio Vergel de Dios, set up the Manila Junior Chamber of Commerce with Ramon del Rosario as its charter president. Today, with more than 200,000 active members, 5,000 local organizations, 100 national organizations, and one noble mission, JCI has quickly evolved to become the greatest global network of young, active citizens the world has ever seen. Today, as the organization commemorates 100 years of positive change, JCI members continue to embrace new ideas, collaboration, and diversity as they look forward to another 100 years of addressing the critical challenges of our time.